Good morning everyone, this is BremSter, and today I'm coming to you with a puzzle called Kroopki Doots by Michael Lefkowitz. And when I saw this puzzle, I immediately was like, I have to find time to solve this one. I've been pushed for time, and I've got some reorganization to do in my schedule. I really do. Anyway, so wow, this puzzle is going to break my brain, I think. But yeah, so before I get onto the puzzle, there is a video that will be linked below, I hope, which is the help suggest a feature to Sudoku Pad. It's been running for over a week now, nearly 2, I think. Go and look at the discussion there. And honestly, what I'm going to do is probably in a few days, I'm going to start collecting all of that and work through it and talk to Sven about what has been commented there, and we will come up with the list of 5 features that we're going to push through to Sven for him to pick one. There are some leading candidates for things, mostly about improving things like the pencil mark checker feature or automatic pencil mark removals and things like notepads for people to be able to take notes on puzzles. I'm a little bit weird about the features that people were weirded out by the features that people were requesting. So if you do think that there is something that you want to see in Sudoku Pad, now is the time to go to that video and make your contribution. Tell people about it so that they can go upvote your recommendation, or if there's a feature that you want, that's the place to go for it, because Sven has said he's really going to look at implementing one of the 5 most upvoted things. That's what he wants to do. It just needs to be something that's feasible. So yeah, we're going to look at that. So what else? Yeah, of course, always please like, subscribe. If I'm saying that, YouTube loves it when you say that, so I say that. Whatever. Let's have a look at Kroopki Doots by Michael Lefkowitz. So, okay, normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 get placed without repetition. Then we've got Kropki Chains. Points separated by a white dot have consecutive values. Points separated by a black dot are in a 2 to 1 ratio. There is a hidden point between the pairs of dots whose value needs to be written in, whose value need not be written into the grid. So basically, the way this is stating is there is, or let's pick this one because this is the one that's going to weird me out the most, is there is somewhere in here, and so I'm trying to figure out, does this mean that in here, between here and here, there'll be a black dot relationship between here and the point between this, and then between the point here and here there'll be a difference? I think that's the way that reads. So this must be, yeah, I think that's the way it works, but we don't know what the value is between, and that is weird to me. I think that's the way it reads. I think these, and that's why they're in different orders. I think that's the way it reads, and it's really weird. So there is a 2 to 1 ratio between the digit here and the point between the dot, and then the point between the dot and the digit that goes there. That's really weird. I got to restart this puzzle, restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. So this 6 must go to a point of 3 here, and 3 is different from 2 or 4. So this is 2 or 4. 6 has a difference here of 5 or 7, and different from 5 or 7, well, I can't go back to 6, so it goes down to 4 or 8, which means I still could go 2 here and 8 here, I think, but this is weird. So with a double dot, is that like a normal double dot? Is that like a normal double? It can't be, can it? Yeah, this could be 1, 4. I could go 1, 2 in the middle, and then 4. I can't go 2, 4 in the middle, 8. I could go... Does that mean these... But these both can't be 1, 4. So I am confused already. So how do you do this point? two, oh, because I could put 2, 8 here. So one of these is 1, 4, and one of these is 2, 8, because I can't do 3, 6, 12. So one of these is 2, 4, and it has to be that one. So this, hang on. Yeah, no, wait. Neither of these can be 2. Sorry, one of these is 2, 8, and it has to be that one. So this is an 8, and this is a 2. And the other one is 1, 4, and we know that that's 1 and 4. Because you can go 1, 2, 4, 2, 4, 8. You can't go 3, 6, 12. And that's because the point in the middle has to continue to be doubled. So one of these has to be 1, 2, 4. And the other one has to be 2, 4, 8. And the reason for that is I can't go 1, 2, 4 twice, because I can't go, if I did 1, 2, 4 twice, I'd have 2 4s in here, and that 4 prevents that. Once I put a 4 in one of them, I can't put a 4 in the other one. So I can't go 1, 2, 4 again. So if I can only use a single 1, 2, 4, what's the other one I could use? I could use 2, 4, 8. And that means, I'm pretty certain that means it has to go like this. So this has to be a 1, 4 to give me my 1, 2, 4. Because they're the only things that are possible. And this is a 2, 8. Which... it's making me wonder about that. Actually, it's making me wonder about those. Actually, it's really making me wonder about those. Because I can't go... these are two different. I can't go 1, 3... so it's 1 to 2 to 3. So they're the same parity. I can't use 1, 3. I can't use 2, 4. I could use 3... so, oh, these are all the same parity. Because there's a 2 difference and then a 2 difference. So I could go 3, 5, 7 or 5, 7, 9. So there's a 5 and a 7 in here for certain. And the middle one, it's either 3, 5, 7 or 5, 7, 9. The middle one is a 5 or a 7. And these are from 3, 5, 7, 9. Sorry about the noise in the background. 1, 2, 3, 4. So one of these is a 6. That's a bad way to mark it, but it is true. 6 here. Now, I'm wondering about this column as well. Because... that can't be a 9. Because 9 to 4.5, there's no single difference. 9 to 18, I'd need to still put a 17 or a 19 in there. That doesn't work. That can't be a 9. Oh, but 9 is in here. 9 here could allow me to go, hang on, how would 9 here work? Because 9 here would need to go, could go 9, 10, 5. I could put a 9 there. Nine, 10, 5 could work. 6 here. Actually, 6 here doesn't work, does it? Because if I put 6 here, the difference would be 5 or 7. And then I've got no ratio possibility. So this is the 6, which has to go to 3. And then the 3 can't go to the 2. This is a 4, which puts 4 up here. So with this being 6, this is either 3 or 9. The 3, if it goes to a 2, the 3 can't go to a 2, because the 2 would then have a ratio of either 1 or 4, none of which are available. So the 3 would go to a 4, and then the ratio would be 8. 9 would go to 8, and the ratio would be 4. That doesn't work. This is the 3. This is the 8. There's no 3 in here. This is the 7 in the middle. I'm very worried I've completely missed this, but it's feeling right. So am I looking for naked singles now? Like, what can that be? It can't be a 1, because 1 would then jump to 2, and the consecutive with 2 would have to be 3, and it can't be. It can't be 2, can't be 3. If this was 4, 4 would jump to 8, and then down to 7, or to 2, and then to 1. Lots of possibilities. It can be 4. If it was 5, 10, 9 would work. 2.5 doesn't work because there's nothing that's a single difference from 2.5. So 5 is possible. 6, 3, 4 would work. Okay, there's a lot of possibilities here. This is not where to look. Seven doesn't work. Okay, so this is, hang on. This was 4, 5, or 6. 6 works. 7 doesn't work because 14 there's no single difference, and 3.5 doesn't work. 8 doesn't work, and 9 I'm stuck at the 4.5 or 18, which doesn't work. So this is only 4, 5, or 6, and it's not 4. So this is 5 or 6. So if this is 5, it goes 10, 9, and if it's 6, it can't go 12 and then back down. So it goes 3, and then it can't go to 2. So this is a 4 or a 9. That's way more restricted than I thought. Is it this? Hang on. Is that interacting? That means there has to be a 4 on here. So that's the 1 and that's the 4. Because if I don't put a 4 on here, this becomes 2, 8, and that's broken. So there must be a 4 on here. So if that's a 4, it's 4, 5, 6, 4, 2, or 4, 8. There is an 8 down here. There is a 4 in one of those two. There's a 7 up here, but I don't know that 8 would jump down to 6. It's probably these double dots. Or it's this. Can't be 1, 2. If it's 3, that would work because I could go 3, 6, 5, or lots of options. Can't be 4. If it's 5, 10, 9. Actually, I don't think that could be 5, 10, 9. If this was 5... Yeah, hang on. There's something really weird going on here. If this is 5, 10, 9, then the thing in... Yeah, there'd be a ratio here that doesn't work. This can't be 5. Hang on. If this is 3, 6... Actually, this is going to be really powerful. But let's keep going up first. If this is 6... Actually, the higher digits outside might work better. 6, 3 with 2 or 4, I think is going to work better. So 6 is possible. 7, 14 doesn't work. 8, 4, so 8 doesn't work, and 9 doesn't work. So this is 3 or 6. So the thing in the middle here is 3 or 6, which means this is 2, 4, 5, 7. Now, we know the 7 can't work here, because if the 7 was here, it would be 7 to something and a half, which still doesn't work with the difference, or 14, which doesn't get me there. So this is 2, 4, or 5. I couldn't use the 7 anyway, so okay, whatever. Now, how am I going to wrap my head around this? It's weird that this 3, 6 leads to a 2, 4, 5. Now, if this was a 5... How did we get to 5 here? It was 3, 6, 5. So this is a 3. 6 gets me to 3, which does, so 3 here gets me to 5 here. So 3, 5. 5 here leads me to 10, 9. So it'd be 3, 5, 9. 5 here would lead to 4, 8. That all works. 6 leading to 2 or 4. 2 could go... Can't go 1, 2, but it could go 3. Hang on. 2 here. What could I do here? If I put 1 here, I'd need to put 2, and it would be 2, 1, 2. That doesn't work. 2, 3 would need a 6, and I'd go 6, 2, 6, and that doesn't work. So this can't be a 2. 6, 4. This casing stuff. I'm really fascinated by the concept, but this just overcasing. Maybe if once you've understood this a bit more, you could probably wrap your head around it, but it's a bit weird. 6, 4, which is 6, 3, 4. Here could go 3, it couldn't go here back to 3, 6. So it'd be 6, 4, 5, and then there's no possibility here. So this is actually 3, which then has to go, it can't go 2, 3 has to go to 6, which then has to go to 5. So this is a 5 in the middle, which means this is 10, 9. And the 5 here, 4, 8, or 6, 3. And it has, therefore, this is an 8 because it has to go 4, 8. This is nuts. So that's all of the odd 3, 5, 7, and 9 are taken. So these are all even. So this is a 1. Because these have 2 differences. So 2, 4, I can't use 4, 6 because then the other one wouldn't be done. So one of these is 2, 4 and one of these is 4, 8. And that one can't be 4, 8. Because I can't put 4 or 8 there anywhere. It can't be 2, 4 either. I've broken the puzzle. Okay, so I don't understand this puzzle at all. I'm assuming this is wrong. No, it says the digits I've entered are correct. I don't mind using that on a new rule set, by the way. Anyone, like, hitting the check mark will bring up the fact that looking good so far. It tells me that the digits I've entered are correct. This is a new puzzle rule type, and I'm just confirming I've understood it correctly. But these all have a 2 difference. How does that work? Oh, it's 2, 4, and 6, 8. Sorry, what am I saying? 2, 4, and 4, 8. It's 2, 4, and 6, 8. It was just me misspeaking. So one of these is 2, 4, one of these is 6, 8. That has to be even, therefore it's 6. This has to be the 8, and this has to be the 2, 4, and therefore 2 and 4. I just misspoke. Now, if this is 4, this would have to be either 2 or 6. So it would be 6. Now, 1, 2, and 4 are gone from here. As is 8. So this is 3, 5, or 6. I don't think this could be a 5. I think this is a 3 or a 6. Because if this is a 5, we've already proven it has to go 5, 10, 9. These would be 5, 9, and that would break that cell. So I don't think this can be a 5. And it can't be a 7, an 8, or a 9. So it can't be 1, 2. It could be 3. It can't be 4. It can't be 5. It could be 6. It can't be 7, because again, 7 would go 14, and then this would have to be above 10. Can't be 8, can't be 9, this would have to be above 10. So this is 3 or 6. So to go 3, 6 with either 5 or 7, or 6, 3, and it can't be 6, 3 because 2 and 4 is not available. This is 3, this is 5 or 7. That 4 means that's a 2, so that's a 4. The 2 looks like making that the 8 and that the 2. Sudoku. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5 and 9 go into those. The 9 makes that the 5, that the 9. That's now 9 by Sudoku. This is a triple. 5, 6, and 7. 6, 4 could still work. But what's this triple? 1, 3, 5? Well, there's no 5 there. That's the 5. This is a 1, 3. So these are 2 and 4 by Sudoku. It's what's needed for the row. These are 1 and 3. That's the 1, that's the 3. But 2, 4 has to be 2 difference from this. So this has to be even. That's the 6, that's the 4, that's the 2. Take 6 out of there. This 6 looks down, making that 5. 5 goes 10, 9. That's now the 4. In here, I need to put in a 1. I need to put in a 3 in one of those. I need to put in a 6, which could go anywhere. I need to put in a 7, which could go anywhere. But this is 6 or 7. Okay, so this is restricted. Can't be 1, 2, 3, 4. Could be 5, 6, 7, or 9, actually. So 2 is in one of those 2 by Sudoku. No, it's not. 2 is right there by Sudoku, which puts 2 there by Sudoku. 2 is there by Sudoku. Well, that makes that a 5, doesn't it? Because 2, 1 would need a 2. 2, 4, I could use 5 or 3. So this is the 5. This is the 7. The 5 looks up, making that the 9 and that the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are 7 and 9. The 9 here makes that the 7 and that the 9. These are 1 and 4, and the 4 makes that the 1 and that the 4. That was a mistype. 1 looks back saying that's not the 1, that's the 1. These are 3, 6, and 7. Okay, this is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. There's no 6 there. So this has to be 2 away from this. So if this is 9, this is 7. That works. This is 8. This becomes 6. That doesn't work. So this isn't the 8. 6 would go to 8 or 4. It can't be 4, so it would be 8. So this is 7 or 8. This triple, 6, 7, 8. There's no 8 there. There's no 6 there. That gives me a 7, 8 pair. So these are 1, 3, 5. So there must be a 3 in here. Which means that's the 1, that's the 3. That's a very cool step. This is a 3, 5. And the 5 here makes that the 3 and that the 5. That's a very cool step. 1 is in one of those 2. And the others are 7, 8, 9. And it must contain a 9 as well. So these are 1, 7, 8, 9. There's no 1 there. There's no 7 there. So what's the digit I haven't placed in here? 3 is in one of those. So that's a 3. Oh, what's this pair? 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 7. So these are 1, 7. Oh, so the 7 makes that the 1 and that the 7. The 1 looks back saying that's not the 1, that's the 1. But this 7, this has to be 2 difference. So this is 5 or 9. So this, if this was a 7, this would be a 9. Oh, this can't be a 7. This is the 8, so this is the 6. The 8 makes that the 9 and that the 7. The 9 looks and makes that the 8. So this is the 9. So this is a 5, 9 pair. Well, this isn't an 8 anymore. This is the 8. 2 away from 8 is only 6. So this is 5 or 9. The 6 looks up making that the 7. So 7 comes out of those. The 3 looks up making that the 6 and that the 3. The 7 looks up making that the 5 and that the 7. The 5 looks down making that the 9 and that the 5. The 7 looks across making that the 6. 6 comes out of here. The 7 looks up making that the 8 and that the 7. And that's the correct solution. 20 minutes 51. That took a lot of wrapping your head around. The casing in here I thought was incredibly weird, but I think once... And the reason for that is I've not done it before. I had to start wrapping my head around what could go on a Kroopki Doot. And once I started understanding, wait a minute, 7s and 9s are still incredibly restricted. 5s aren't. not as restricted, and how to treat the dots as their own new thing. It's just more information I had to figure out and put into my brain. So the casing felt weird when you had multiples like this. But I imagine if you did a few of these puzzles, you would start to get faster at them. I imagine when you were setting this, you would start exploring the constraint. When you were testing it, it would flow really well. That was fascinating. I like that puzzle. And I'm sorry if people aren't happy with me using the check mark to make sure I haven't gone wrong, but I'm trying to present good content to people. And I'm trying to explain how this works and all of that. And I get anxious when I think, hang on, this has gone terribly wrong. And I thought I'd made a mistake up here. I just misspoke. And that was the problem. But using the check mark to confirm that it's like, hang on, am I off the path? I have no problem with doing that whatsoever. I try not to do it too much, but I thought I'd broken the puzzle. So all I did was checked. I have no problem with that. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. This was fascinating. I really like this. I like it when people are grabbing normal constraints and then doing something a little bit different with them rather than trying to go too out there. I mean, it says the guy who created the psycho constraint. But yeah, really, really cool stuff. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you're enjoying it. And as always, good luck with your solving.